Good evening. I'm really short, and this is very tall. Hello. On what many people describe as the worst day. Oh my God, I've never had that reaction before. Two times. I'm just gonna hang out here, okay. On what many people describe as the worst day in human history, August 24th, 2006, Pluto was demoted from planet to dwarf planet. It's the worst day. This shocking decision by the IAU crushed the hopes and dreams of billions of people. 10 years later, we are still recovering from this loss, as evidenced by heartbreaking letters from children and earnest protests from even bigger children. They're much bigger than me. Now, with the wealth of new information about Pluto, the Kuiper Belt, and a new hypothetical planet 9, our wound has completely reopened. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot let this stand. We need to make the solar system great again. So, can we make Pluto a planet? Well, we would have to destroy the debris surrounding Pluto. Unfortunately, to do this, the only thing I could think of, and my researchers agreed, would be to send asteroids towards it. We would have to get them to going at the escape velocity of the sun. If we failed, the asteroids would turn around. Sorry. If we failed, the asteroids would turn around and hit Earth. Sorry, I lost my words. Oh, God. There we go. Resulting in our death. Alternatively, convincing the IAU to redefine planet is not really an option. First, we would have to get them to admit that they were wrong, and scientists don't like to do that. Second, if we did redefine Pluto to be a planet, it would mean that we would have to reclassify thousands of other objects we found as planets. This, I believe, leaves us with only one option. Yes, Pluto must die. It is small, but it is mighty, and I believe in its death, it would be remembered fondly as the planet that it once was. Let's look at some evidence that supports the complete destruction of Pluto. 1, Pluto is 30% ice. Evidence shows that humans as a species hate ice and enjoy destroying it at a rapid pace. Two, the IAU's waffling on Pluto's status has caused the non-scientific community to completely lose faith in science as a whole, leading to the unfortunate popularity of Jenny McCarthy. 3, destroying Pluto would cost us practically nothing because we could make Pluto pay for it by mining its natural resources. We will drink its milkshake. All that's left is the question of how. In order to destroy Pluto, we would need the energy of roughly 20 billion times the amount of the most powerful fusion bomb that we have ever detonated. So we can't really do that. I mean, we just don't know how. One of our researchers suggested that we could slingshot a large object at Pluto, namely our least popular dwarf planet, Ceres. In order to do this, we would still need 20 billion times the amount of energy from our largest fusion bomb. So that wouldn't really work either. So we brought in our lead researcher who suggested that instead of crashing objects into Pluto, we could crash Pluto into a larger object. Okay, so if we wanted to crash Pluto into a larger object, moving Pluto would take a massive amount of fuel, which we just don't have. If we placed several antimatter bombs at strategic locations, timing each of the explosions to detonate at its moment of aphelion, which is its point farthest from the sun, we could use Pluto's angular momentum to launch it plunging deep into Uranus. Yeah. That's how that was supposed to go. Of course, if we missed Uranus or one of the other gas giants, Pluto would potentially enter the inner solar system and likely move Earth out of its orbit or directly crash into Earth. Pluto, as small as it is still big enough to completely sterilize Earth on impact. So this would be bad, you know. But technically, it would be a success because Pluto would be gone and we would not have to worry about it because we would be gone. Right? But don't worry, because most likely we're just going to be hit by displaced asteroids or Mars, which is, you know, larger than Pluto and would melt the entire Earth's crust and all of our faces with it. But given the lack of viable alternatives, I believe the complete submersion of Pluto into Uranus is necessary for the mental well-being of planetary nerds everywhere. Thank you.
Are you familiar with a similar theory that if you took a lot of very small Plutos and you put them on a string and you put them all into Uranus and then pulled them out one by one?
No. Oh my gosh.
Your thoughts?
I've got to fire my grad students. They didn't think of that. Man. We are not familiar with that, but I am willing to sink in all 15 of the dollars in my pocket towards that research.
Before investigating a strategy like the one my colleague just proposed, are there any precautionary measures that we should take to protect Uranus during its encounter with Pluto?
Well, Uranus is really gassy, and if we sent Pluto towards it, it would be sort of like a suppository, and it would actually really help Uranus. So we really, really want to help Uranus by sending Pluto to it.
Karen, first of all, great job. I know it's a lot to present in front of all these nerds, but these are our people, and you did an awesome job.
Thank you.
My follow-up question. Karen, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If you smashed Pluto into Euro whatever, could it not make a tremendous, tremendous super planet and thus make Pluto great again?
I believe that that is a possibility, but I don't suggest that we really look into it.
We're going with it, nice.
Please give a big hand to Karen Donohue.